I don't believe there were any threats whatsoever. It's amazing how these threats have quadrupled since he started complaining about tax-funded security. I don't believe one single word of it. Where is the proof? If there were any or as many threats as Scooby said, then the police protection squad would have been out in force around the toxic duo during the Jubilee, and that never happened. They are their mouthpiece. Scooby will try every dirty trick in the book to get what they want. The pair of them are pathetic, and that goes for Scooby-Doo too. Isn't it amazing how much Scooby knows? I wonder where he got his misinformation. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle faced a number of credible threats against them which were intercepted by authorities when they returned to Britain for the Platinum Jubilee, according to their unofficial biographer. Omid Scobie made the claim as he discussed the Duke of Sussex's legal battle to pay for police protection for his family while in the UK. The Finding Freedom co-author insisted Harry's fears aren't rooted in paranoia. While covering Harry and Meghan's time as working royals, I was made aware of the astonishingly high number of threats sent to the couple, the majority received from UK locations and many of them rooted in racism towards the Duchess. It's no different today. Sources tell me that during the Sussex family's visit for the Platinum Jubilee, which they were given state security for as it was an official royal event, a number of credible threats were intercepted by authorities. Mr. Scobie said that when the couple was working royals they were subject to an astonishingly high number of threats, and the royal biographer added that it is no different now they have quit royal duties for a new life in the U.S. Mr. Scobie claimed sources told him that a series of threats against Harry and Meghan had been blocked when they attended the Jubilee Bank holiday weekend in June. Writing for Yahoo News, he said, Harry's fears aren't rooted in paranoia. Harry was so concerned for security that he was late for transport with the rest of the family, and had to have another car allocated which if there was a risk, put others at risk that didn't have to be, and then put the window down. Self-centered, not self-preservation. Scobie is currying favor with the Markles by claiming insider information about threats to the couple and downplaying Harry's paranoia. Sorry, call me a skeptic, but I do not believe his claims or that MM's race is the cause. Harry and Meghan traveled to Britain with their two children, Archie and Lilibet, for the first time since Megxit for the Platinum Jubilee. However, the couple, who are living in California, kept a low profile and were absent from many of the festivities. It comes as Harry is taking legal action against the Home Office over a decision not to allow him to pay for police protection when visiting North America. He has argued he wants to bring his family to visit, but they are unable to return to his home because it is too dangerous. He says his private protection team in the U.S. does not have adequate jurisdiction abroad or access to UK intelligence information. The Sussexes lost their taxpayer-funded police protection in the wake of Megxit. The police force is amongst those who swear allegiance to the sovereign and therefore, not for public hire. The cost of the security duties involving senior royals is borne by money from the sovereign grant. High-profile government ministers and visiting dignitaries also receive police protection and also publicly funded. As a former Oxford University graduate, Omid Scobie should know that if the Sussex hadn't made such vitriolic and wholly unsubstantiated statements against members of RF, they probably wouldn't have to worry so much about protection, nor would they have received so many threats. The ball was in their court all the time. But the former head of royalty protection Di Davies has blasted the legal action as nonsensical. He told the Mirror earlier this month, for a man who allegedly wants to protect his privacy he goes about a funny way of achieving it. I believe this is personal. It comes as the Sussexes are living in California after quitting royal duties in March 2020. Come off it, Scobie. We all know the source of your information is your idol, Harry's wife. Of course, there will have been a whole host of credible threats according to them. After all, it plays nicely into the drama that they are causing by suing the government. Sorry, Scobie not buying what Harry's wife is selling. They want 24/7 security in the UK when they come home, for Harry to do his book tour, and for his wife to carry out private money-making PR engagements for herself. If he continues on the path he is on with preaching his philosophy, he could potentially be in more danger in the US than in the UK. What trumped-up nonsense from the plastic one. Who really cares enough about either one at this time? Should he continue along with this, it could be cause for serious concerns. Let's just say this is true so clearly, the security they had worked, so no need for more. Clearly, if the story is true, the security they have was just what was needed. There is no reason to give them more, even if they want to pay for it. The question becomes, why do Harry and Meghan get something the average person on the street living in, let's say, Croydon does not get? Croydon is one of the most dangerous places to live in the entire UK. Why don't the people there get the same deal as Harry and Meghan for security? They are not above the people that live in Croydon. I would like to know how Scobie knows. Isn't this a breach of security if he was informed of threats to the market? Questions need to be answered by Scobie, who is giving him this information. I personally don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. Coming back for the Jubilee was only a PR stunt along with collecting material for Netflix. They did very little joining in, and the only public engagement they did was at St. Paul's, where they learnt very quickly what some of the British public thought of them. Once every area of collecting material for Netflix was stamped on, they retreated to their cottage in the security of Windsor grounds. There was no need for any other security arrangements during their visit. Hopefully, they will not be back again. It is insulting to everyone's intelligence, including your own, Mr. Scobie, to make such a stupid statement. Both of the Sussex pair rolled down the bulletproof car windows so that they could be seen. If they feared for their safety, they have a very strange way of showing their fear. Nice try, Scobie, but doesn't it show that they don't need it? If they are here on official business, then it has been demonstrated that they are protected, and equally so if staying on royal property. If not, it is up to them as private citizens to conduct their own risk assessment and, if necessary, stay away. More rubbish from Scobie. The Queen sent her security to pick them up from the airport as it was a royal event. They were late for the coach with the other royals on it, so at the last minute a car was sent apparently. The same car where wound the window down despite the security threat their privacy demands. They deliberately were late as they didn't want to go on the coach beneath Madam, so as to arrive after the others and then try to make them move up so they could be near the other royals and get a picture with them in it, but they didn't get their own way. More PR tripe from Miss Scabies. If, and I stress if, any of that were true, they would not have pushed themselves into full view at an open window, nor would they have wound down the windows in their bulletproof car. More lies from the Harkless Desperation team. Well, let's see, you leave the royal family, badmouth all of your relatives, and continue to sue everyone in sight. As much as it pains me to say this, I wish they would leave the US, maybe just forget going to the UK and you won't have to worry about security. Oh, and when in a bulletproof car, it is not a good idea to lower the windows, especially when you are trying to prove everyone is out to get you. JS. The RF get credible threats daily, but they don't have to run to the press about it in the hope of strengthening their security court case. The UK doesn't want to pay for their security, and it's a safe bet that every other country in the world won't want to pay for it either. The IPP status is everything to them, probably because it gravitates them above even the biggest Hollywood stars who have to pay for their own security.